What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today in this video we'll be doing division of complex numbers in polar form. So before we do that, how about you pause this video, try to solve these two problems, and let's see if you can able to get the same answer as the one that we're gonna get at the end of this video. So before we start though, I'd just like to say thank you very much, guys, for watching, subscribing to the channel, commenting, not forgetting those who like and share the videos. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. All right, guys, before we solve this problem, there is some information that I need to inform you about so that it can help us to solve these two problems. Now, let's say you have two complex numbers, z1 divided by z2, right? Whereby z1, let's say z1, it is modulus 1 with an angle, argument 1, divided by modulus 2 with an angle, argument 2, right? So you can also rewrite this like this: modulus 1 with an argument 1 divided by modulus 2 with an argument 2. All right. So what you need to know is the complex number in the numerator. When it comes to modulus, the modulus 1 and modulus 2, they actually divide each other as normal. And when it comes to arguments, now the argument on the numerator, which is argument 1, it is positive, and the one on the denominator will subtract. So basically this is how you solve when you're dividing the complex numbers in a polar form. Now let's try to do number one. Now let's look at number one. So we have the complex number on the numerator, which is 6 polar 60 degrees, and then on the denominator we have 0.5 polar 30 degrees. Now, like I said, the 6 and the 0.5, those are modules. They're going to divide each other. And then when it comes to argument, 60 is going to be positive because it is on the numerator. And then since 30 degrees is on the complex number on the denominator, it's going to subtract. There we go. And then when it comes to modulus, 6 divided by 0.5, this is going to give us 12. And then when it comes to argument, we know that 60 minus 30, this is going to give us 30 degrees. Basically, this is how you solve the complex numbers that are dividing each other. Really not that difficult, guys. Just in case you don't know much about complex numbers, you can go to the description. I've made a video on introduction when it comes to polar form of complex numbers. Go to that description, click on that video and watch. All right, guys, let's do number two. Now let's look at number two. Number two is a combination of multiplication and division. Let's look at the numerator there. And the numerator, we have the cis notation there. If you don't remember, cis notation basically means that cos, imaginary, and sine. It's just an abbreviation for polar form. All right, so how are we gonna solve this? I already made a video where the complex numbers, they multiply each other in a polar form. So you can go to the description, watch that video in order for you to understand what I'm about to do here. So we're gonna start with the numerator. So as you can see, we have 4 cis 65 multiplied by 16 polar 40 degrees. Now, when the complex numbers in polar form multiply, the modulus, which is 4, is going to multiply with the other modulus, which is 16 in this case. But when it comes to the argument 65 degrees, it's going to add with 40 degrees. So that's what happens when the complex number in a polar form multiply them. Right, then you divide. As you divide, you need to understand that you do nothing here unless you finish with the numerator. So you're going to write it as it is, -35. Right. So let's simplify the numerator then. So if we say 16 multiplied by 4, this is going to give us 64. Right. When it comes to modulus. Now, what about the angle? 65 plus 40 is going to give us 105 degrees. But do have the denominator, which is 458 angle negative 35 degrees. Right, I hope you can see that. Now we are now having two complex numbers that are dividing each other. So I'm going to continue here on this side. So remember, the 64 is going to divide with 458 degrees, while the argument which is 105 is going to be subtracted by the negative 35. Since this negative 35 it's on the denominator, when we take it to the top, it's going to be positive 35. There we go. Remember, the argument on the denominator, it changes the sign, so it becomes positive. Now let me create more space here, so let's do it. All right, 64 divided by 458 is going to give us 0 0.14. And then when it comes to an angle, 105 plus 35 is going to give us 140 degrees. So this here, guys, was the second problem when it comes to the complex number dividing each other. I hope you guys managed to understand this. It was not really that difficult. It needed you to understand at least this knowledge that I gave you earlier at the beginning of this video. Okay, guys, if it so happened that you didn't understand, do not forget to go to the point where you got lost, rewatch the video, and you can also ask a question on the comment section as well. I'll try to answer you to my level best. Okay, guys, thank you very much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to share the videos. Till next time, guys, cheers.